Interesting point, but when this all came up 4 weeks ago about the possibility of a trade, somebody mentioned that Mike Tomlin has a no-trade clause, and it prompted us to explain at PFT, you don't know. You don't need one. Here's how it works. And there's a common misconception that coaches can be traded the same way players can be traded against their will. The whole process begins when Team A, let's say the Giants for the sake, because there's a lot of Giants fans that hope Mike Tomlin ends up coaching the Giants. They're like, oh boy, we're going to get whichever coach loses this game on Sunday night. We're going to either hire John Harbaugh or we're going to hire Mike Tomlin. Whoever's out there is in for us, and we'll gladly take 8-8, 9-8, 8-9 every year. That's a huge improvement. So the Giants would call the Steelers and say, we are interested in exploring the possibility of hiring Mike Tomlin. What would you want by way of compensation in the event we were to hypothetically hire him? They work out the deal, whatever the deal would be. First round pick plus, I don't know. Once they have a deal, then they're authorized to go directly to Mike Tomlin, at which point they would say, hey, we kind of like you to come coach our team. Here's our financial offer. And at that point, he could say, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And look, a lot of that stuff plays out back channel ahead of time. Like the Giants are never going to approach the Steelers about potentially trading for Mike Tomlin if they aren't certain Mike Tomlin would go there. But he holds the ultimate veto over the whole process. I will never agree to be traded. And that sets the stage for, this weird game of chicken between Tomlin and the Steelers. Are you going to quit? Are you going to fire me? Are you going to fire me free and clear and I can go coach whoever I want? I go coach the Browns if I want to. I'll go coach anybody if I want to. And it takes me back to what Ben Roethlisberger said nearly 4 weeks ago. Has it been 4 weeks ago? They lost and they won. No, it's been more than 4 weeks ago. When he suggested maybe it's just time for a mutual parting.
Not that long. Yeah. 5 weeks, something like that.
And it feels like 5 years. But he suggested that maybe we're at the point where the two sides move on. And when he tried to clean it up, when they put him in the Hall of Honor or whatever they call it before the Monday night game against the Dolphins on December 15, he said, basically Tomlin is at the point where whatever he wants to do, we should say, go do it. And it's like, yeah, okay, fine. Why are we going to, he's been here 19 years. Why are we going to hold out for a draft pick? You've earned your ability to go wherever you want. 19 years is enough. We're not going to try to get a first-round pick for somebody else. You can go wherever you want. I feel like the Ravens should have the same attitude with John Harbaugh. So, Michael, I think there's I would agree with you. There's a better chance he's coaching somewhere else next year. But I don't think he's going to be traded because I think everybody's going to realize he's got the ultimate power to stop it. And I think the right thing for the Steelers to do at this point would be to just let him go. I really do. After 19 years, I think that's the right thing to do.
I just don't think professional football teams think like that. You're right. I agree with you. But I don't think they think like that. I think they look at everybody as an asset. Even somebody who's been there for 19 years and hasn't had a losing season and all the things we say, hey, well, why would we do that? Why would we just let a player or an asset walk out the door for no compensation when clearly they're valued on the open market? So why would we do that? I don't think they would. Maybe they should, but they wouldn't. And I would say also, Mike, you tell me how you feel about this. Good clarification on Tomlin, and any other coach who doesn't have to go where a team says, hey, we're going to trade you here and you have no say in it. Okay, good clarification. But if I know that you wanted to do that anyway, I kind of want to leave. I mean, if you thought about trading me, I guess, I'll work it out. If you think it's time for me to move on, well, maybe I think it's time for me to move on too.
The the broader point is, and I use the metaphor all the time, mainly because I'm incapable of thinking of a better one, that every player is a part in a machine. And at some point, that part is going to be removed and replaced with a new part. Well, the person who's deciding which parts go and which parts gets replaced is also a part in the machine. And that person's going to be replaced at some point. Now, the Steelers don't do it very frequently, and that's one of the things that I think is conducive to the status quo. They don't want to stop being the team that's only had 3 coaches since 1969. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.